Oh,
Now I did. Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Real
I'm trying to
Estate.
hit. I'm trying to hit your phone. I can't through the. I can't through the thing.
Oh man, welcome one and all. It is Wednesday, April. I don't know. I'm losing track of. I'm losing my mind. I think is what I'm
Four,
losing.
4/5/23.
4523. There we go. It's episode 43. That much I know and remember. Dennis Wheeler, good morning. George, good morning to you. Please, please, please like, comment, subscribe, share, smash the bell, do all that fun stuff. Today we are going to pick up or use yesterday as a jumping off point.
Yep.
And take something. This is a great sort of meta lesson. Is when you find something that is working, just like find more ways to do more of it. And so the script and the process, the idea that was shared on yesterday's session, again, that was episode 42 on April 4th, of starting the mortgage process as being sort of the next best step or the first important step to buying a home, and sending that traffic from text and email to a page that Ryan built where they can provide some long form information. It worked really well. And so now Ryan and I were chatting before the session, how else can we do that? How can we do more of that? And one idea for that is we're going to create a retargeting ad around that idea, driving to that page in my ad account. And so our question of the day is, have you ever run any kind of retargeting ad or campaign on Facebook, Instagram, a Google display ad, a YouTube pre-roll?
And what channels do you use?
Yeah, what channels? So have you, yes or no, and what channels? And we even, for those of you that want to do a deeper dive on retargeting, my Monday marketing mastermind this week was all around retargeting, and we'll make that available and live on the Wake Up Real Estate YouTube channel. We've typically been doing those on Saturday morning, just not to overwhelm you with content. So you can look forward to, you can binge watch that this weekend. We'll make that available, but this will take just a little piece of that retargeting mastermind, and we're going to take one idea and one sort of audience bucket and one channel and build that out. So that's the plan for today. Yes, Chris, we're messing with you. Just switching it up. We got to keep, it can't be the same old thing every day, right? So Ryan's now today on the left and I'm on the right, which I think Ryan's a lefty. So it probably,
I sure am.
Yeah. Well, actually, now we're going to, I don't know. Anyway,
lefties unite.
So, yeah, we're just trying to keep everybody on their toes. That's all. Trying to keep everybody on your toes. So Dennis says yes on Facebook. We need more comments below, people.
We'll just assume that it's a no.
Yeah, but we listen very transparently. We need you to comment. The more you comment, the more people hop on live with us, the more fun these are, the more our energy goes up. So please comment below. Have you run a retargeting ad? Yes or no? And if yes, what channels? If yes, what channels?
Cool.
David,
thanks, David.
Thank you for that. Yes, Facebook, right on. And so I don't know, Ryan, did you have anything that you wanted to knock out before we get right into social post of the day?
Yeah, let's do social post real quick. 5 things to consider before buying your first investment property with a hashtag thanks chat GBT. Because I just went in here and said, what are the 5 things to consider before buying your best investment property? And I copied that bad boy word for word into the post. And I think it's fun to just, when you're using a third-party tool, just be transparent on social. Like I use ChatGPT. I'm just saying I use something else to write this. And then message me right now if you like a short list of my favorite opportunities in Pinellas. And then I looked for 5 in the GIFs in
there you
Facebook.
go.
So,
which, by the way, the retargeting ad that we're running, I should probably make that my post of the day also.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I wish I could get the GIF that you have on Wake Up Real Estate for start the mortgage process. Do you have the video? Do we have that
Well,
in video format that I could make
let's show
the
that.
post?
You're bringing up a good point, because just so everybody knows, as we add more stuff, and we've been a little slow adding more stuff because we have a lot of projects under the hood here going on. But
Yeah.
If you go to, I think it was images right here, I'm putting the Canva templates underneath. So if you use the template, Josh, you can actually download that as an MP4.
Oh, right.
Right. So
Okay.
I think, I forget how to do it. You click download here and see you can download.
Well, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'll do. While you're building out the ad, I'll do some of the stuff in the background, and I'll post that, and then I'll be able to show what I created as what that looks like as a social post.
Yeah. I'm just remembering, just because I remember these things, I don't think I can run ads on your, we'll see, on your personal page. We'll get to that in a minute. You might have to run an ad. We'll try.
You've created ads in my account.
No, I have. I'm wondering if I can. We'll get there when we get there in a minute.
Okay.
I don't know if I have access to your personal business page through that account. I ran into that hurdle the other day.
Oh, is that why you put that one on Prop Knox?
Yes.
Gotcha.
So if you want to make me an admin or something real quick, but we'll figure it out.
Mike, Mike, if you're listening, can you try and do that for Ryan? Make him an admin so he could build that out.
Yeah.
And we'll figure it out one way or the other.
And then you want to take a look while he does that. You want to take a look at the mortgage rates really quickly?
Yeah.
And do you have anything going on in the mortgage world interesting in the last day or two on the Nexus side?
We are launching. I mentioned this already, but there's a free session today that sort of reminded me of it. But launching a down payment assistance program, and in fact, here, let me just pull up. I'll pull up the flyer for that. While you go over rates, I'll pull up the little info kit, or like a little flyer for that, for those that are interested. I can share.
Yeah, rates are down. They're coming down. And there's this inverse relationship with the stock market still. So the stock market's been going up, it's correcting a little bit, and they're coming down into the 6.37 range, it looks like, for a 30-year fixed.
Right on. I can't get anything to work this morning. But here's it's down payment assistance, where a buyer can buy with FHA and get 100% financing. So it'll make up the difference. And depending on the situation, maybe even a little bit more. They do need to, if I remember correctly, they have to have a 600 plus credit score. I think it's 600 plus. It might be 620, but I'm pretty sure it's just 6 plus. And there are some other guidelines and terms.
That's all states? That's a national FHA thing.
Not all states. Yeah, it's not all states, but it's a majority. Actually, maybe I can pull it up on my phone more easily. My laptop just doesn't want to cooperate with me this morning. But here's the we say this often. You should use that as a conversation starter, right? You got to have enough information to have a intelligent conversation about it. But just know that any of the special financing programs that we talk about, or that you may have access to in your market, most people are not going to end up using that program. Some will, and you need to be well versed if that does make the most sense for them, but most won't. It's just like when we do right here. Okay, so down payment assistance, 100% financing, credit score as low as 600, primary residence only. And I'll.
But what do they do? They finance the down payment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'll have more information and details tomorrow, because we have an info session on this today, and I'll sort of summarize all of that for everyone tomorrow. But it's just another way to open conversations, right?
And that one will generate a lot of conversations if you start
definitely
running ads around it or posting it. That's a
retargeting. You said ads, but a retargeting ad specifically.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, the Josh NMLS page. So Mike's going to add you to my mortgage page.
You just left him a voice memo.
You gotta listen. You guys,
the show.
But this is the point of the show is like, you see how the sausage is made. Like, this is how we operate. Like, Mike heard me and then said, which page am I making Ryan an admin? And rather than typing it, I just voxed him the answer. I don't know. Here's we're gonna run this ad. But again, full transparency here. For whatever reason, my Josh Shanley eXp Realty page, a couple months ago, Facebook said, yeah, sorry, you can't run ads on that anymore. They flagged it for some dumb reason. Yeah. I appealed it, couldn't get anybody to do anything about it. And instead of just kind of boo-hooing and giving up, the workaround that we have been using is twofold. Number one, for a campaign like today, what we're going to do, I'm going to use my mortgage page. I have a Josh Shanley NMLS number page. And it has less than 100 fans, I think. Maybe it's not many. The other workaround is, and we're going to launch this. Ryan, starting next week, we're going to fully document Ryan's real estate niche operating system framework. And in doing so, for that, the sort of top of funnel or beginning of pipeline campaign, I could run that on my NMLS page, or I have an unbranded page in my market that I've had for years that isn't flagged by. So I have multiple options, right? Like, you don't let a roadblock keep you from moving forward. Find a way around it. If you're not sure, we're happy to help.
And for context, you need a page to run your retargeting off in Facebook. You can create a page in 30 seconds. So if you don't have one, just make another one.
Yep, totally. And he said you're good to go, Ryan.
All right, thanks, Mike. All right, so let's hop into this thing. So again, we ran the start the mortgage process text yesterday, right? It was a text and an email for Texting Tuesday.
Email, yep.
Right. Josh sent that out. What'd you get? Like 7 or 8 responses? Was it a little more?
Well, so here's something of note and encouragement. I think it was 7 or 8 that filled out the form. However, I got a bunch more people replying and engaging. I even had 2 people called me directly from the text.
Right.
So yeah, it was 7 or 8 form submits, but a bunch of additional warm conversations.
I'm going to show one on the screen.
Sure.
Because I want people to have context on what you can do with retargeting. I don't think there's some contact info here that I'll try to.
Yeah, but it should be hard enough to see that we're safe.
Okay. All right. So nobody call this person, please. And we'll blur it in the replay, in the recording. But this is, for context, what we're trying to do is generate from maybe somebody who was an email only or maybe a text only off a lead ad, email and text. We're trying to pull more data out. And in this example, doing it from the financing side works because everybody needs the money to buy the house. So we are sending to our Start the Mortgage Process page, which is in the Wake Up members area. And look, I'm currently renting under 200K is the price range. W-2 earner, less than 5K. Do we know the credit score? 600-700. So this is not like hey, oh yes, I'm super excited. I'm going to sell $1 million house to this person, but it's a good conversation starter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And my market, the average home price, depending on pockets of my market, is not super high. Like,
you could buy something for 175, 200 still, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So there's potential here, but that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to generate more of these. Josh did it yesterday with what we would call maybe manual follow-up, like sending cool stuff, or he pushed a manual thing. That could have it could have been in a drip email. It could have been any number of ways. He could have called and offered that, right? But the idea, you have lots of ways to deliver it. And one of the ways you can deliver it automatically is with retargeting.
Yep.
So that sets the stage. Here we are in the Facebook.
One note I want to make too, Ryan, is several of them, that one was a current renter. Several of them, and probably, I think half of them actually currently own a property. So it wasn't just renters that were responding to that communication and filling out the form. There were definitely existing homeowners looking to downsize or right size.
Yeah, one of the questions here, I'm showing it. I'm looking to downsize, which is really, really cool. 700 plus credit score. Work with that. All right. So we're in the Facebook ads dashboard. When we're talking about retargeting, we need to have pixels placed on the website. And this is where it gets a little complicated or whatever. We need to document this. I'm not going to go super into the nitty gritty, but just know that in Facebook, you can go, I believe, to the events manager, right, Josh? And you can go grab your pixel that's attached to your ad account and install it on your account. You can see over here, Client Alchemist Agency, this is what's called Pixel. So you would grab the pixel and install it. So I'm just going to mention, Josh, we're not going to go into the nitty gritty on that, but you need to do that step first. There are tons of documentation online about how to install a Facebook pixel. I also did a four-part sequence about a year ago for Inside Real Estate. If you just do Inside Real Estate YouTube channel retargeting, you can find me doing that. We'll also add that over the coming week or two as we do the Reno stuff. We'll have a little 5-minute video about how to do it. So.
And we do have some free additional info when we release the replay of the retargeting mastermind. My Monday marketing mastermind was around retargeting. There's information in that as well that will be included for those who are interested.
Okay, so first important step, pixel. Next step, you got to create an audience. So the audience is who among the people who are hitting your pixel and also people engaging with your Facebook ads, who do I want to show this retargeting ad to? Right. So I don't think, Josh, that we've created this audience yet, have we? Let's see.
No. Well, what audience are we talking about specifically?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I was thinking we would just retarget all your website visitors to keep life simple.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think
that is probably created in there, but it would, it doesn't take long to recreate it.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of audience buckets in there. So I'm pretty sure that one's somewhere in there already, most likely, but
let's make it anyway. I don't know why Facebook's glitching on me. So I'm going to click here and do create audience, custom audience. And we're simply going to use our website as the target, the first option. You can see there's all these other options in there that we can talk about later. And then we'll do all website visitors. And I don't know, for this particular ad, we'll just set it live now and just say target everybody who's been in the site in the last 6 months, Josh. If we were building like a retargeting campaign from scratch, we might decide to have different audiences, like a 0 to 7 day audience, a 7 to 14, a 14 to 21. I've done this in the past, where as people get further and further away from having visited your website, they see different content. But you get 80% of the results from, you do 80-20 here. Just retarget everybody. Okay. Don't obsess over that. So I'm gonna do 180 days. We're going to call this Josh's website visitors. Hey, Josh, do you have this pixel on other sites other than your Hamden Township Living?
Probably.
Okay. So just to be safe.
Yes, certainly.
Okay. Let's just to make sure, if your pixel is on multiple sites or multiple businesses, I'm going to do people who visited specific pages. Okay. And then I'm just going to say only the people, it contains Hampden, right? Am I spelling this right? Hampden. I just want to make sure that we're only targeting Josh's main real estate website, and we'll call this Hampden Township Living website visitors. That's just the name of the audience. And we need this name because this is when we set our targeting with the ad, that's what we're targeting. So create audience. Now we're able to go run an ad and show it to everybody who's visited Josh's site, who's been pixeled by Facebook over the last 180 days. Good news is most of those people probably have a Facebook account. Maybe not the young ones, but Facebook retargeting, you're going to cover most people. All right. Now let's go back to run the ad. And I don't even know how to create an ad in Facebook anymore. Just a little bit of a pro tip, guys. I just bookmark all the pages, so I don't have to go through a menu of 18 things to get to the point, Josh. I just use Chrome.
I don't know why they keep adding layers of complexity to give them money.
So you have to find where the create button is. Short lesson here, short Facebook stock. They don't know what they're doing. Promise. Meta. But because their revenue comes from advertising, Josh and I and we live, and when I talk to other advertisers, they agree. We live in this dashboard and we're like, what? Why such incompetence? This is you only have one job. Yeah. Make this good. People can give you money. Yeah. Anyway, all right, tangents. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and create the ad right now. I'm going to click the green button. You have to go find that however you can, or bookmark it like I do. Once you find it once, just bookmark it so you have it. And then for retargeting, we're less concerned, I would say, about, it depends on the type of retargeting. But in this example, we just want the click, right, Josh?
Yeah,
we're not doing a lead ad. We're not doing engagement. So we're just going to go straight for the traffic.
Yep.
So that's our option. There might be times, and we'll talk about this more. Josh, I don't know if you have this running now. I'm a big fan of running a video that says, hey, Ryan here. Thanks for visiting my website. Like a quick 15 to 30-second video. In that case, maybe you don't need to click back. Maybe you just do a simple video or an engagement ad, just so people see your face and see you talking. But in this case, we're going to drive a click back to where we want them to go.
Yep. Yeah, and I have a video like that. You actually inspired me to do that. That video is probably 2 or 3 years old at this point, but mine's around a minute, thanking them for checking out my website and giving them some unique value propositions or why they would want to work with us if they were thinking about buying or selling. And so that one is more the typical sort of just brand awareness. You know, the way I look at that one is it's like insurance against them working with someone else. Versus like, you know, obsessing over the specific result of X or Y or Z. Whereas this one, you know, we will be able to, like in the replay that I'm including for everyone, I sort of identify retargeting campaigns for me fall into one of two buckets. Is it a brand awareness, just reminding people that I exist and I can help? Or is it another layer of direct response to move people across the pipeline? And this one is moving them across the pipeline.
Yeah, this one's more direct responsey.
Yes.
The brand-based ones, I saw somebody comment they didn't have great success. Sometimes you don't need to be able to measure success. And where you can measure it, in Josh's case, is he's consistently sending out emails and texts. When people if you're showing videos on Facebook everywhere they look, when they get your text and they see your name, they know who you are.
Exactly. It's hard to quantify that, but there is value in that. It's you know, it's almost becoming a cost of doing business at this point.
Yeah. And going back to Gary Keller's 33 touches, I like to say 33,000 touches, digital little touches, and it just happens automatically. They see your video out of the corner of their eye and they scroll to the next carpet cleaning video on Facebook. Which, by the way, check those out, guys. There are carpet cleaning videos on Facebook. Amazing. All right. Michelle and I have
what recommendations and tips you'll get here. Stock tips. I mean, carpet cleaning. We cover all the bases.
There's a specific band. It's really obscure, but we pair, like fine wine with the right meal. We pair the carpet cleaning videos with the this particular band, and it's just Zen, you know, before bed. Just anybody who's curious, just reach out. All right. Yeah. So retargeting full website. So the name of the campaign, Josh, I'm calling it retargeting full website. You can call it whatever you want. I like the idea of just having one campaign always running that's retargeting all your visitors. Yeah. You can have ad sets within it, and then you can just swap out the content. So I'm just going to call this retargeting full website. But really what we're doing here is our start the mortgage process. So that's the campaign layer. We need to do the special ad category. So
which
silly,
is fine, by the way. Like if you haven't like that, don't like, it's totally fine at this point. You know, like don't try and skirt it. Don't try and look for the workaround. Just play by the rules. It's not going to have any real effect on your results.
Yeah, the algorithm's smart enough that you don't really need targeting. It's funny. Yeah. And our targeting here in a retargeting ad is already set and defined. So all right. So I'm gonna leave all this stuff the same. Josh, do you mess with this? We haven't actually talked about this in a while. Is there anything new you're doing here that I'm not with any of this stuff?
Not for an example like this, no.
Okay, so I'll hit next. Now our ad set name, and I'm just gonna call it what the audience is, retargeting Hamden. And then 180 days, just so I know what it is in this ad set. Within this campaign, you can start to segment out the audiences and do that 7 to 10 day type stuff. But I'm just going to call it that. It's the best practice. Daily budget for retargeting. It's going to depend on your audience. Josh is going to have more people in this than most. in terms of traffic to his website, but you're good at what, $2-3 a day just to get the job done.
You can get traction for $1 a day, honestly.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 3, Josh, because I know you've got some people in here.
And a campaign like this, when you're trying something like this, the other thing that you might do is set a lifetime budget.
Yeah.
So that you don't forget about it, let's say. And when I do lifetime budgets as a test, just a little hack here, it's like such a simple thing. I will either I'll put a note on my calendar, or I will literally say, hey, Siri, remind me to check retargeting ad next Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. And that way I don't forget about it. And actually, Siri set it up for me. But the setting the lifetime is a fail safe to make sure that you only would spend that amount. If you do a daily, I would recommend that you at least, give it some time, but then check back in. You don't want to just forget about it forever.
And I would argue you should spend at least $2 or $3 a day on retargeting every day for the rest of your business life. So you should still check in on it and see how the ad's performing, but just swap out the ads and let it keep running. So either way.
Yep.
But yeah, man, if you're setting a $50 a day budget, we've both been there, and then you kind of forget. I usually do it with other people's money, so it's all right. But
there you go.
All right, daily budget $2. I'll go 3 for you. And one way to gauge and adjust this, I guess, would be to see if it's spending at all, right, Josh? We would know that we need to go higher.
Right. Yeah.
You want me to go higher for you because we want to see the result?
Let's go $5 a day. And I already set my reminder to check in on Tuesday morning. So I'll just leave it there. We'll go $5 a day. That gets us, $35 in spend.
Yep.
We should be able to have some sort of, feedback
And you can mostly ignore half of what Facebook and Google say over here in the right column, by the way, because they're just it's in their best interests. Sometimes it's useful. But I got rid of that box. But the custom audience, this is where we set our targeting. It says custom audience. And then we're going to click and search custom audiences. It should be the one you just created. It should be at the top. If you're like Josh and you have 100 of them, it could get hairy.
There is a search bar in there, I think. If you remember,
there is.
You called it, then you can type that in. But you're probably not going to have as many as I do.
Yep. So we've got the website visitors set. We're not going to do anything else here. I mean, we could filter out and say, hey, show it to the whole world, I guess. But most of your traffic's going to be US based anyway. You're not worried about that. So United States, leave it all the same. Don't mess with anything. What have you been doing with placements, Josh?
Well, so for something like this, I don't care so much when it's a video, right? When it's more like a display or brand awareness.
Yeah.
But when it's a response, as this is, it seems like you can get some junk clicks from certain places. So I would probably go with the news feeds.
Yeah. So I went manual placements. Why does the Instagram have a line through it? I just checked that again. So Facebook and Instagram, right?
Yep.
I generally don't worry too much about these other options when I'm doing this, but you might pull the articles off or something. But I think we're good, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know. The article.
You want me to get rid of everything except for the feeds?
Let's do just the feeds. Let's do just the feeds. If we're doing for this specific use case, I think it makes sense. If you're driving a click and you're trying to get a long form submission, I think it makes sense to have it be that specifically.
So manual placements, Facebook, Instagram, and then just hit the feeds here. Make sure it's the only thing checked. Optimize for, we can do landing page views or link clicks. I like the landing page views because I can count them like it's actual somebody visiting my site, but I don't know what the difference is, to be honest.
The landing page views I think makes sense. I don't know how a landing page views means that, at least I understand it, that the page actually loaded.
Yeah. Josh, we need to get your pixel on this particular URL. I didn't think
yeah.
But we will do that. If you don't have a pixel on that URL, you might go for the link clicks. But we'll get that pixel on. Mike, I can't Voxer you, but just so I don't forget, like, can you just grab that if you're sitting in there and send the pixel to me so I don't forget? I'm not cool like Josh. All right. And then next here, so we've got our action continued. And what I just said, guys, is the pixel needs to be on the page that you're sending traffic to. All right. Add name is start the mortgage process. And what was the page? It was your Nexa.
Josh Shanley, NMLS.
Gosh. There it is. It is available, and your EXP is too for me, so that's good. And then it did have an Instagram account linked already. That's nice. And then our creatives. Now, we were going to use that same image, weren't we, from Canva?
I think that makes sense. That's what I used in my social post that I was doing as you were working.
Yep. I wonder if they're going to give us problems. Is Facebook still being a stickler about the click here button, like not being actually clickable?
That I have no idea.
I will. I'm just going to pop it off real quick. Sometimes they don't like, or they used to not like, when you had things that in the like ad image that didn't actually work.
Right.
Like if you click the ad. So I'm gonna
I could see that being a problem.
And then maybe I'll just add a little, go on a little Canva tangent here real quick. Get an arrow.
Well, while you're doing that, David asked Ryan, what objective do I run for video view ads? There's no like, there's lots. You could do brand awareness, reach, or video view. And I think it depends on the audience. And, you know, some people will tell you should do all three. You should run $1 $1 for reach, $1 $1 for brand awareness, and $1 $1 for video views. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would probably go reach, because if the point of the video is that the people see you, the reach objective will show it to as many people in that audience as possible. So I think that probably makes the most sense.
All right. Now let's do that. Keep
Ernest emphasizes, yes, that was a good idea to remove the click here.
Cool. Thanks. So I'm just going to download this from Canva real quick, just so I have it. And then, you know, you don't have to get bogged down in the creative. You could just make a simple image or a picture, you know, look for a mortgage, because you never really know what's going to work. There it is, loading up on my computer. But we'll just go ahead and upload the video. For a while, Josh, I was using Facebook's built-in create video thing, but it got really buggy. I don't know if you experienced that as well.
Yes.
Again, like something was working great, generating us great results and making me want to spend more money with Facebook, and they broke it.
Kicked it out of there. David, I don't have the choice of video views. I would just go reach then. I think it's layered under a different objective now. I think if you do engagement, then there's video views as one of the options for engagement.
And Josh, honestly, probably the best content here would be a video view. I mean, for everybody watching it, whenever you can do that.
Totally.
Yeah. But we'll just do, getting I'm going to go more specific. Getting a mortgage pre-approval letter. And this is going to echo the language we used yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is the first, I'm using my camel case here, first crucial step toward buying your next investment property. Click below to start the mortgage process today. Good enough? Simple?
Works for me.
Can you do that? Okay. And then I'm just going to put the headline just to start the mortgage.
For those wondering, why did you go towards buying your next investment property?
Oh, wait. Oh. Buying your next. It's just a slip. Buying your next home or investment property.
There you go.
I forgot the home. Just so that if they're not actually buying a house to live in.
Yeah, no. I listen. I was playing devil's advocate and
yeah. Now, yeah, if you knew you were retargeting an audience of people who had opted in for a list of investment properties, then that might be the language, right?
Right. Which
So,
is so hold on. That idea in and of itself is $1 million idea. If your niche, following our real estate niche operating systems, is investment properties or working with investors, and your top of funnel or beginning of pipeline offer is a list of investment properties, or let's say multi-unit properties, a perfect retargeting ad for all of the people that click on that is 3 creative investor friendly financing options to purchase your first or next multifamily property, right? The more congruent you can make that, the higher your ROI and the better your engagement and so forth. So this is more of a catch-all, right? But like if you really want to own this idea of niche operating systems, making that all as congruent as possible is where the money's at.
I'm sprucing this up a little bit with this great tool you showed me. I forget what it's even called. Joy Pixels, this Chrome extension
from Emojipedia.
Yeah. And Josh, I put a little bit just to, I don't know if it'll help at all, but great programs available for first-time buyers and business owners. Maybe I put that down here in the description.
Sure, or both even. I mean,
just to make it more spicy.
Yeah.
We always got to think, guys, what's in it for them? So if I'm reading this ad, sure, it's just another get a mortgage ad from this guy Josh who's been spamming me, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But then I see great programs available for first-time buyers. Oh wait, I'm a self-employed business owner. What is it? Right?
And so, if we want to make it more specific, we could say special financing programs and down payment assistance available, or special financing and down payment assistance programs available for first-time buyers and self-employed business owners. I don't know.
Yeah. So special down payment assistance and bank. Yeah. And low doc. Let's just say low doc, which is like a generic, right?
Mm-hmm.
It sounds interesting. Okay. And then our destination URL, that's going to be the start the mortgage process page, which currently you have available under our.
Easy shortcut for you is joshvips.com/start. That'll redirect to if we're going to use the full.
But we can't redirect, can we? Oh, you mean just so I can get the link?
So you can put that URL in the text description. Oh. And then put the actual URL where it's the box, the website box that you have to fill out. You're allowed to use. Yeah. They'll let you use, at least I think. I mean.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
A vanity URL. You want to use the source URL where it says website URL. Oh, I don't even mean display link. I meant actually putting it
in the description.
The display link, I think, is fine to be Propertunity Knox. I think that's fun, and I think that works. But what you could also do is put the Rebrandly link in the text above the video as another way that someone could click over.
Got it. This is interesting. Facebook started doing call extensions.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do events too?
I don't even know how that functions. Or
yeah, should I leave it off?
I guess I don't want to. Let's not confuse. That might be a different test that we have to try. I don't know.
I just made a massive mistake. Oh, good, it came back. I accidentally clicked the.
Oh, you thought you were gonna have to start over?
Yeah. Yeah. But I didn't. You can see here it's giving us the warning that the pixel isn't tracking landing page views. As soon as I publish this, we'll get that pixel on there and we'll be fine. I just gotta get on that page. And it kind of brings up a point I didn't consider about our pages. If you're going to do this specific example and you need a pixel, there's probably some way we can accommodate that.
We'll have just to figure out what tool to use.
Yeah, or our pages that we're building here are there. You can use them, but when you get more sophisticated, you're going to want to kind of build these yourself, right? Using some form generator or something. But let me know if you need help with that. Okay. All right. So I'm just reviewing Josh to make sure I don't have any typos. I think we're pretty good, right?
Sure.
Why does it say start the mortgage process, opportunity in the description? Okay, it's good enough. So we'll hit publish.
Oh, the description down there. That is when you put the website in, it populates that, but you can go and change it. For those that are wondering, the display, not the display.
Is it the display link or is it the actual description?
No, it's the go up. The headline. You can overwrite that. You had a headline in there, but it overrode it when you put in the website URL.
Let's give it another option. Pay mortgage approval letter. Facebook will automatically rotate these.
Yep.
All right, I think we're pretty good.
Okay, now let me say this: we got way in the weeds here.
Yeah.
If you like this kind of stuff on the show, we can do more of it. We're not going to do it every day, but we can do more of it. Let us know, yay, nay, good, bad.
Yeah.
And this kind of stuff is the kind of stuff we are ready, willing, and able to do with and for our co-marketing partners. Now, if you want to chat about that and explore that, I'd be happy to chat at josh15.com. And in fact, if you have at least 1,000 dead leads in your database, I will even get on a call with you and do the work to revive or resurrect some of those leads and turn them into deals that we can work together.
And we're kind of talking about similar things to what we've done the last 2 days.
Exactly. Where we'll actually do some of the work for you, because I know this from doing this long enough that no matter how much I tell you how well the thing that we shared yesterday works, some of you won't do it. And so if you have old dead leads and you'd like some help reviving or resurrecting them, that's the kind of stuff that I'll hop on Zoom and we'll do it together, myself or Mike, and we'll actually do that together with you. And we're turning that we're turning that into a like a revive dead leads kit or something like that. And we're going to
similar to the double tap or the little micro trainings we have in the website.
Like a little mini course, 100%.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So we're ready to publish that. That is published. So now we just have to wait for it to be approved.
That's right.
And we'll check it out. Now we've got some great comments and questions. And I want to show my social post of the day first and foremost. Winifred asked, how do we share my post? Well, Winifred, I'd rather you just create it on your own and get your own lead flow. But if you do want to share my post on my NMLS page, this is the organic post. Now, what Ryan made is an ad that only that will show up as a sponsored ad. But this is the post that I just made organically on my Josh Shanley NMLS page. And if you want to come to the page, facebook.com/Josh Shanley MLO, or Josh, if you just search on Facebook for Josh Shanley NMLS, you can certainly share this if you'd like. Or you can go and get your own flow going, and we can work those leads, whatever you want to do. And this is the kind of stuff that I would love to chat with you about if you're interested or need help executing on. But that's what I was doing in part, or at least the first part of Ryan doing that, because I wanted to have this as an example to show. This is the video that I downloaded from Canva prior to us talking about the click here thing, the click here conversation, right? But whatever, organically, they're not going to publish or punish me, or maybe they will, but at least I won't get an ad denied or anything like that. And then the link is just my rebranded link that'll go to this start the mortgage page that Ryan has I don't know, the ninja that Ryan is with all of this stuff put together for everyone to be able to easily swipe and deploy if interested. So
and guys, this is a small part of an overall framework. This is just one of the ingredients if you're going to be building yourself out just for lack of a better term, a marketing funnel for real estate, which we're calling a Reno, a real estate niche operating system. This is just one of the little ingredients that go in there. And you shouldn't feel stressed to do all this all at once. It's just these things, you build them over time and you add the pieces, right, Josh?
Yep. George, are you talking about the Canva templates? They're under, yes, they're in the Wake Up site. If you mean something different, feel free to clarify. But the Canva templates, like the one that Ryan just showed, anytime he creates that kind of stuff, he just puts it on the site as something that you can swipe and deploy for yourself. Mike Stearns, what about targeting on Google or Google Clicks? Yeah, so that is part of the retargeting workshop that again, I'm going to release that on the channel here Saturday morning, which was the mastermind. And then also I gave anyone that attended that free access to our workshop. And that in that are examples of Google display ads, which I think is what Mike is referring to. So Google display ads are just banner ads that you can follow your prospects around the internet as they look at different websites and just call them back to, if we were doing that for this, which we're going to do, by the way, just not on today's session, but if we were running Google display ads to call them back to start the mortgage process, right? That's where we could drive them back to, or you could drive them back to a page specifically around, maybe it has a video by you and, a buyer-centric offer and a seller-centric offer. There are any number of things that you can do with that, but, just check out the page, Mike. We'll add that. I'm sorry. Check out the YouTube channel Saturday morning. That content will be added. And then in the description, you can go and get a free account where we have those more detailed sort of step-by-step training.
The two global ads that I think you would run on multiple channels. So we did Facebook, to Mike's point, you would do Google. You would also probably do YouTube right now, Google, YouTube, Facebook, and Facebook covers Instagram too.
Yep.
But the two ads would be this one, something financing related. And then the one that's just, hey, thanks for visiting my website. Call me if you need me. And you just give your cell number. And that would be more of a video ad that you show on those channels.
Mark, buyer banner's gone off of HomeIQ? I don't think so. They should still be there. I'll check after this. I don't know why they would be gone. Maybe, I don't know. I'll check on it, but they should still be there.
Buyer banners. I don't even know what he's talking about.
What's that?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, so there's a library of banners that you can use to drive to the pre-qual page on myhomeIQ.
Correct. Josh, are we able to give people HomeIQ access without the really expensive seller side? Because that would be a really good way to get it's similar to a start.
You know what? Yeah, we can just
So guys, we were talking about HomeIQ. You can only get it through your mortgage partner. The problem we have is your mortgage partner is it costs a lot of money to put people on the seller side of it where they're getting the HomeIQ report because the data is really expensive. But the buyer side of HomeIQ is they give you some really good pages and resources, as Mark's talking about. We'll look into that, right, Josh? Yeah.
Now, I will say that Ryan's page, quite honestly, if you're going to send traffic, Ryan's page is going to work better because of the conditional logic.
Because it's uglier.
Well, okay, both, let's say. But the conditional logic where you're getting people moving down a slippery slope, the myhomeIQ pages, it's asking for a lot of information.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to the doctor and they're like, oh, you haven't been here for a while. Please fill out this form with all this information. And I'm like, oh, I got to put my blah, blah, blah. Like this just feels like an easy, slippery slope that you're taking people down, right? Yeah. Versus the HomeIQ, they're great pages. They look great. And they do work. We get people that are filling out long form information looking to be pre-qualified. But you have to think about, you put yourself in the consumer's shoes. It feels like more work versus just answering a few simple questions that you don't even know, like the person has no idea how many questions are going to be asked here, but it starts with simple things and it moves down the path.
I'm going to try to log in and show everybody what that buyer side
is. I think if you go to buyerprequalify.com/Josh Shanley, it should bring up my.
Thank you.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can actually link. I would actually drive traffic to this.
Oh yeah, you know what? I forgot. It does start. It does have some of the you know.
Just a tip, guys. The whole world out there thinks that this is a better landing page than this. I promise you.
They're wrong.
This will convert 1,000 times better.
Yeah. What does it take to after that? I can't even remember. It's been so long.
Try it out. Let's try it out. My problem.
It does do the conditional. Son of a.
It does. It's nice. It's nice. It's okay.
It's asking more questions.
Yeah. No, it's not bad.
And you don't get. I guess we don't get the partial submit either. Necessarily.
Here's my take on the Yeah, you don't get contact info quick enough for my taste. Okay, because you get the drop off right now. At this point, somebody's really committed to this process.
Right.
So it's a really good lead. Let's just show the whole flow. Starts to feel like work though. My form is kind of like the trade-off is you're done in 10 seconds.
There's a lot less friction in Ryan's flow.
But sure. This is pretty smooth too, to be fair. It's not bad. Not bad at all. And then I didn't even realize you get a full, oh, this is your next mortgage link.
Yeah.
How's this? Oh my God.
Yeah. Now you've really scared people off.
Sorry. Don't do this, guys.
Boy.
Don't do this.
Yep.
Who wants to fill that out unless they really?
Well, that is for the people where they're like, you know, yeah. At some point you have to, right?
No, I know.
But
this is
the problem is.
Yeah.
Well, this is a great illustration. So many people are trying to take someone from not met to, hey, give me your life story.
Yeah.
And all pertinent, valuable information, including your social security number. You have to court the person
and
get them to the point where this is the only, like, they have to do this because it's the only next logical step. But trying to get them from there to here, like, because you want that to happen is a surefire way to lose.
I'd argue that we need to talk to Nexa because even when they are ready, you're going to lose people because it's like small in 1999 feeling here. Yeah. I'm just aesthetically. And a lot of times, but when you need this much info, it's almost a phone call.
Yeah.
All right. We're going on.
Which does happen a lot of the times. That's the way our LOAs are gathering that information is on an intake call.
But my snobbishness around forms aside, this is a good flow.
Mike, is there a problem sending this out if you're not a lender? The short answer is no. The long answer is we're not attorneys. This isn't legal advice, etc. But the page, like that buyer pre-qualify page on our HomeIQ, which we can set you up with, Mike, I'm happy to do that with you. That's totally fine and compliant. And Ryan's like, you're not offering mortgage advice or whatever. Yeah. Like you're just. Yeah, I mean,
mine's pretty blind. I do worry. I lose a little, I think even in the builder for this, you have the option to put compliance info down at the bottom in the disclosure box.
Yeah. I
have to double check that, but we're not asking for anything sensitive here.
Yep.
At all. It's just contact info.
Could we use a bot? I'm not sure what you mean, Ernest, but I think what we've found is this works better.
My problem with the bots is they're actually slower.
Yeah.
It's weird. I played with, I know you're playing a lot with HomeBot. What is that thing called?
Landbot?
Landbot, thank you.
Yeah.
And I've actually, this form generator can do like a slide, like more bot feely thing. And this works better. It's the dopamine release in our brains or whatever it is as you click, you get the instant gratification.
It has to happen that way. It has to happen that way, or you're losing lots of opportunity.
Yeah,
we're all conditioned that if something doesn't go fast, we immediately are like, yeah, it's an immediate turnoff.
The bots can work though. It's all of this is really an art. There's some science behind it, but you really got to word things a certain way. I've gone into a form like this that's converting like crazy, and I've changed the language of the first question and like reordered it for something and just killed my conversions. Like,
yeah.
So it's a bit of a game, and I'll just, there's a little bit of value in watching what you see me put on the Wake Up site. The reason that it's getting posted there is because we have an inkling that it'll work.
Totally.
Not to mention I've spent far too much of my life building these, and you're kind of like shortcutting by just using what I'm putting here.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, pretty good show, Josh. We got technical. It's 10:55 already.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So anyway, tomorrow is Tech Tip Thursday. I don't know what we're going to dig into, quite honestly. We'll probably just share.
I want to show off Gist. I think I'm ready. I want to just like dig into that thing like crazy.
Perfect. So we'll show off the platform that Ryan has alluded to. We've alluded to a couple of times here. We'll dig into that a little bit. And share how we're using that, and even give you ways that you can check it out if you want as well, and even get our help with some of that.
John, John, I cannot. I'm anxious, and Josh is too. We're gonna put all of this stuff, the Renos real estate niche operating system stuff, all this stuff we're talking about in a step by step for you.
Yes.
So you only have to do a little bit every day. I actually just put the new Renos video, which is an evolution of my old nicheful thinking video. It's on the YouTube channel now. I just made it public. If you guys want to check that out.
A little bit of progress every day. A little bit of progress every day. That should be the objective. Yeah. So back tomorrow. Stay tuned. We may or may not have a bonus mortgage session tomorrow afternoon, which if you miss will be live available after this. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and smash the bell, please. If you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, please subscribe, rate, and review. Thank you so much. I would love to chat with you and help you revive or resurrect some opportunities from your old dead leads if you're interested. Make it a great day, and see you tomorrow.